Greetings everybody, this is Red on VFR, and this is, 1994 Honda Magna, which is known as, VF750, which is V4. This is what it stands for, just like a VFR, but the VFR is V4 Race. Not the road, it's race, because otherwise this cannot be, off-road, because it would have been VFR also, because it's a road bike. As you can tell, my famous V494 made its way from the VFR since I sold it. Now it's a V494 back on the Magna, because it is a V4 from 94. It's pretty cool. So, the bike is very nice. Again, when I'm not looking, I usually get pretty good deals on bikes. I was looking for a Magna for a little while, 3 or 4 years ago, to add to my collection, but I was looking for a second generation Magna with tailpipes going up. And I did ride it in one of the episodes. You can check it out if you want. I don't remember the number of the episode, but it's there. It was, I think, like a orangish kind of color. Don't really know the code or the name of the color. This one is yellow, and this is the third generation. I think it's the first year. I think it was introduced in '93, and Honda started selling it in '94, so this is the '94, the very, very early model, but they looked the same. This one is just a regular one-tone, I think it's a 750C, because there was a CD model. The CD is the deluxe, and it featured a two-tone and the bikini bra, or the bikini fairing. That was small. Obviously there's a windshield over here, but that's aftermarket. It didn't come on the Magna. But otherwise the bike is identical to the Deluxe. There is no center stand, which kind of sucks, but it's expected on a cruiser. It's not, it looks stretched out, but it really isn't. It's pretty compact package, which I like. Nothing too different from the Shadows, apart from the engine, obviously. The tire difference obviously is the same. The difference is there. Currently it's a rocking Dunlop K555, which is on the manual, but it is from 2005. So it is going. I cannot find the date. It must be on the other side, but this the size of the front tire is 120/80/17, just in case if you need it. And the back one, it's a Dunlop K555 150/80/15. Yeah, it's probably not on this side. It's not a big deal. So the bike did come with a windshield from the previous owner, so there is quite a bit of cobwebs going. I have not washed the bike at all, and it will need some attention on the wheels. Not a big deal again. The pressure for the tires, 36 psi for both front and back, which is nice. You don't have to remember much, because usually they're different, like say 29 in the front, 32 in the back for the Shadow, the 750 one. Also, the bike had the sissy bar and the backrest for the passenger. As you can tell, there's the crash bar or the engine guard, or whatever you want to call it. People call it different ways or different items. There's the highway pegs over here. They're a bit stiff because the bike sat for a little while, but it works. The position of the ignition is strange to say the least. I'm not used to it being in the front. I'm used to it being somewhere over here, like the shadows. But sometimes bikes come with different ignition configurations. Sometimes it's on the stock, just like here, like on CBs and other bikes, like on the VFR even. The Yamaha that I don't know, serviced, not fixed, had the key on this side, which is very strange. But you know, different manufacturers do different things. It's not a big deal. It's just the detail. So it is liquid cooled, as you can tell. The radiator is more wide than it is tall, like on Shadows. Which, I mean, it's fine. It's catching all the air. This is what it is from that front. The bike is yellow now. It used to be black. As the previous owner said, whoever owned it before, spray paint. It's not spray paint. Actually, Pat said, Pat is the previous owner. I spoke with him about the bike, but he said that previous owner covered it in in a wrap, on a black wrap, and went to Sturgis. He didn't want to stand out of from the crowd because the bike is yellow, but it's fine to me. But in any case, it was not a wrap. It was plastic dip. There's some remnants of it, so it's easy to peel off, but it's still there, you know. So over here, it's right there. That's all plastic dip. So it kind of rolls. So I will have to pull everything out and get it done. Peel it off. What else did I do to the bike? I didn't really do much. I mean, I added the clock, which is nice. It's a nice touch. Obviously, you have a speedo and attack right in front of you, so the bike has 17,600 almost. I added the cell phone holder, which is nice. I don't know if I like the mirrors yet, but I haven't ridden the bike on the road. I just registered it. I also added this tail bag, which I like. It came to me on the 85. What is it? What did I have? The 85 or 86 Shadow? Yeah, that came with that bike, and I never used it, so I decided to throw it on this bike. Because that bike never came with a sissy bar or anything, so I couldn't attach it anywhere, and I didn't want it to just hang around on the bike and be potentially lost. The bike is about 540 pounds, just like a VFR I used to have, the 94. Actually, my VFR, your C79, is about 530, 540, so similar weight, but obviously it's slower. Haven't tried the seat yet. I don't know how it is on the long distances yet, but I will let you know. So as I said, it's a V4, 748 cubic inch. That would have been a massive engine. Cubic centimeters. Producing about 87 horsepower on the engine. So it's quite a bit for the cruiser. Usually cruisers come with 40 to say 70 horsepower. Like all the Shadows, the VTXs, I think the 1800 is about 85 horsepower. But it's about torque on those bikes. It's a chain-driven bike, so there's no shaft like on certain Shadows. As I said, liquid-cooled, 5 gears. It would have been nice if it was 6. I wish it was 6. But I can't wish for so many things. The fuel tank is about 3.5 gallons, so not big. I wish it was bigger, but it is what it is. You can't really choose, so I'm assuming the reserve is about 0.8 or a gallon in size. This is your fuel petcock over here, and this is the fuel line. So the previous owner bypassed the valve. It's not the pump, Pat, it's not the pump. It's a fuel valve. So it's sitting over here on this side, so it's not connected to anything. I mean, it is over here, but the fuel is not getting into it. So what it does is it's not allowing the gas to get back to the tank. I mean, this is the premise of the valve itself. So it has to go one direction. I mean, obviously it has to go from the tank to the carbs. But in this case, it's just going straight without the valve. I think you can run it this way. Not sure about this bike, if it can be run like this, but I will address it because that kink shouldn't be there. I mean, and he pinched that hose over here a little bit. I'll address that too. I'll make it a straighter run if I have to, but obviously I will have to pull it up the tank anyway, because he said the air cleaner needs to be looked at or replaced. And I do kind of like those ignition leads because they're yellow also. It's a very nice bike, very complete. And this is probably the only bike lately that I get that actually works from the get-go. So the keys and ignition, let me try to start it and I'll show it to you. And obviously the choke is over here. It's right attached right to the carbs. Not a big deal. Right, now I have to move it. Oh, there you go. I didn't have to move it at all. Starts right up, even without the choke. Obviously it wants to die because it's cold, because it's cold-blooded. But it works. It backfires a bit from the first cylinder, I think. So I'll have to address that. It could be because of the bad fuel, it could be because there's not a lot of fuel in the bike. But I will have to address that. I might have to. There you go. It died, but that's fine. It works. It works just fine. It works just fine when it's warm. But I will have to address the sink on the carbs. Again, it has to be done with the tank off. Not a big deal, but it is what it is. I have to deal with this. Also, what I noticed that the windshield is not sitting straight. So I'll have to address that. Not a big deal. So I cannot put 2 fingers over here, but I could put almost 3 fingers on this side. So it just has to, the left side has to come up a bit to the front. I already replaced the head bulb, or the headlight bulb, for the H4 HID, not HID, Jesus, the LED. Otherwise, this bike is solid. Obviously, it needs to be washed, but I cannot wait to get on it and try it. The front tire has micro cracks. I mean, I can try riding just once on this bike and see what it is, but the back tire is so nice. I told Pat that I've never seen this old tire this good, because it's from 2005 and it's still very nice. Still very nice. It doesn't feel plasticky at all. If someone said that this tire is about 5-6 years ago, I would have believed it. But yeah, it's from 2005. Both of the tires actually from 2005, so it was replaced as a set, which is a nice touch from the previous owner too. So those shocks, rear shocks, are adjustable. They're sitting in the middle somewhere. I usually like it on the stiffer side. Actually, speaking of which, the front side, or the front forks, came from the CB750, and they're pretty undersprung, so they're very soft. I mean, over time I'll address that. Maybe I'll put the progressive springs in there, but I heard, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, I heard there is air inside of them too. I know there is no valve on top to put the air, but I heard there is air assisted or something like that. Obviously there is fluid in there, Single side braking. Actually, they work a lot better than on my VFR, which I'm upset about, because 1994 bike has better brakes than 2014. There's a garbage truck passing by. We have them every day, different company. Oh well, that's fine. They do what they have to do. And the coolant is good. Otherwise, it's a complete bike. Obviously, drum brakes on the back, but it's fine. It is what it is. Well, thank you very much for watching. Leave me a comment if you have one of those. It doesn't matter from 1994, whether it's 1994 or 2003. This is when it was produced, so it ran for almost 10 years. Pretty cool. So if you owned something like this and I took it on a trip, did you feel a lack of gearing, power, or comfort? Or, you know, tell me what was your experience on this bike on long distances, because this is why I have it now. Because I wanted a cruiser, and I think I got the best, or one of the best cruisers. I just wonder how it really stacks up. In any case, as I said, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, and goodbye.